Oh, we got lots to cover this morning here on KCIM Sports Rewind, getting off that favorite time of year for Mr. Jeff Honold.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
I love that you kept that.
Yeah.
Playoffs?
I know how bad that
I
hurts,
hope
so
we
thank
can win a
you.
game.
I keep it just to appease you.
I
You
know.
that,
I know.
right?
That's one thing you give me here on the show. I appreciate it.
The one gimme he gets every year. It's a meager existence, but it's one you thrive on.
I'll take what I get.
So we got something coming up in a couple weeks, and we want to talk about this with Jack Wardell. We hope Jack will be able to join us here before the end of the program. But Jeff, a couple of years ago, you brought a Carroll Youth Triathlon to town, and I'll tell you what, it's been great. We had to cancel it last year because of the construction going on at the stadium, just not able to do anything there. But it's back this summer.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it'll be the fifth time in the last 6 years, of course, that we've been able to do this, and I thank everybody down at the Carroll Rec Center and the Carroll City offices and stuff for helping get this thing up and running those years ago, and for all the work that they've put in every year and bringing it back and the things that they do. But yeah, looking forward to it. It'll be the Saturday morning again of Memorial Day weekend. That's the weekend that we host it every single year. Part of that is because it's the day that they open up the aquatic center for the summer. And part of the fun of it is that we try to use the aquatic center that morning unless it's raining. We do it at the aquatic center, and then when the aquatic center opens that afternoon, every kid that participated in the triathlon can go back into the aquatic center for free and use it for that afternoon. So it's kind of a nice way to kind of open up the aquatic center every year.
Now, we say triathlon, but the distances vary for each age group. We're not asking
does.
them to run 14 miles.
Right, yeah. No, this is youth appropriate.
Yeah.
We did a lot of homework. There are triathlons held all over the country, and we did a lot of homework on what the distances are for everything at those age groups. But what we'll do on that Saturday morning is at 9 o'clock in the morning, we'll have the 6 to 8-year-olds do it. They'll have a 25-yard swim. Then they'll bike a mile. Now, the neat thing this year is a lot of times in the past we had our bike path kind of being mainly inside the parking lot area of the aquatic center, baseball, football stadium, rec center area. We might have taken them out on Grant Road. I think one year we did a little route that went up around the block that sits on, kind of up High Ridge. This year we're actually taking them over into Graham Park, so they will ride over into Graham Park and come back through. The Carroll City Police will have barricades up blocking traffic, so if you're going to be out driving around that morning in that area, the way we've done it in the past, if we've used a street, is while the kids are on their bikes, we have it barricaded. We have people on those corners so that you kind of make sure you have to go a different direction. As soon as the biking part of it is done and we've got all the kids off the streets, we open up the roads again to let traffic, go normal. And then when the next group's getting ready, we go ahead and barricade them off. So there'll be a slight disturbance every now and then, but it'll be a really fun bike ride for the kids to be able to go through Graham Park. They then end up over on the main entrance into the Carroll Athletic Field is where the bike path will end. They'll enter into the Carroll Athletic Field, and the young kids will run one lap around the track, a quarter of a mile. So they'll run one lap around the track.
Old guys like me, too, is that... I don't know if I can do what
you
they're
would
doing.
probably have to walk it, I'm sure.
I'm not sure
Yes.
I can do... That's a long way for me on all of those.
The one that scares me is I
You
can
got
do
a
the
golf
other
cart,
one.
just use that.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to do that.
The swim part, I can't swim. So the swim part, I would have to have noodles or something, or have to go into a kiddie
Please.
pool.
Can we get video? please. Johnson Communications, can you help me out? Can we live stream that one, please?
Following the young kids, the 6 to 8-year-olds at 10 o'clock, we'll have the 9 to 11-year-olds. They'll go, again, a 25-yard swim. They'll actually bike a mile and a half. So they'll have a little longer bike ride, and then they'll run a half mile, which is, of course, 2 laps around the track there. And then we end up with the 12 to 14-year-olds. They'll start at about 11 o'clock. They'll do a 50-yard swim. They'll bike 2 miles and then run a full mile, which is 4 laps around the track.
50-yard swim is just across the pool and back.
I think so.
Yeah,
up and back. I think down is 25. So down and back is 50. So.
But one thing you're looking for right now is those volunteers to help make this a totally safe event in front of kids. You've got barricades out for the biking and things like that, but you still need that adult supervision supervision out there
Yes.
telling kids, directing traffic, which way to go. Super easy to do. But parents, if you got kids that are involved, it's a great way to make sure that they stay involved with things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of times the parents kind of want to follow. They'll come out, so we understand that if they don't want to volunteer. We've had a few do it in the past, but they want to watch their kids swim and then kind of follow them on the bike path a little bit. But if anybody else wants to help, you don't have to be there the whole time. We've had people come out and maybe help with the young kids group and then the different people. I know Deb Danner's having the swim teams are going to help out, so that'll be really good.
That
in the
will
pool
help.
area. That'll probably take up most of the pool area, but we'll stage the bikes outside of the aquatic center, so when they get done swimming, they'll run out and get on their bikes, so then we'll have to have people move the next age group in, so we'll need a few volunteers out there. Like you said, out on the bike path, we like to have people controlling the barricades and the traffic and telling the kids which way to turn and stuff. It's not hard. You pretty much just stand there and point a direction and you cheer the kids on. And then when they get into the running track area, we like to have some people around the track cheering the kids on. And then when they're done, they'll get a goodie bag. We get different things from different businesses around town to give the kids. Hy-Vee supplies, some bananas and some apples. We have another company here in town that supplies water usually for us to give the kids and stuff. They'll also get a medal and a T-shirt as well as a part of this. So a lot of different things. So we need people to help hand that stuff out after they're done as well. So, if we can get, 15, maybe 20 people to come out, that should really help us. And if you want to volunteer for this, you can call the rec center at 792. I think it's 5400.
5400.
Yeah,
Yep.
5400 is their number. So that would be the best way. Just call them up and let them know. And like I said, if you can't volunteer for the whole thing, we certainly understand that.
Yeah, but this is not it's not a race for the kids.
No,
it's
it's not.
just to complete it, just to
Yep.
just to go out and have some fun and be active.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just something fun for the kids. If you want to time your kid, you're more than welcome to do it. Everybody's got a smartphone today that's got a stopwatch on it with your
about a
alarm
calendar
and
if I do it?
calculator. Yeah, well, we need a sundial. Yeah, absolutely. But but yeah, so no, I think it's a lot of fun every year. First year we had a little over 100 kids, and every year since then we've had around 70 to 100 participate between the three age groups. I'd like to be able to get it back up over 100. That'd be really nice. So weather, if the weather's bad that day and it looks like it's going to rain, we'll move the swim part into the aquatic center if it's too cold. Now, if it gets really, really bad, we'll end up having to cancel it because we won't have a makeup date. So
yeah, there's once again, if your child wants to, time it, you can certainly time them yourself.
Yep,
so
absolutely.
that's the way we can that happen. So talk to the rec center. We're gonna hopefully we'll have Jack Wardell in here a little bit later on this morning
we're
to
hoping
talk
to get
more
him
about
in
that.
here in about 10-15 minutes to maybe chat with him a little bit about that. You can register your kid online already by going to the Carroll Rec Center's website, carrollreccenter.com, and you can get yourself registered and everything taken care of. It's $15 to be able to do it, so you get a lot of stuff for that $15.
I think I just had a Jack Wardell sighting walking by the windows way out there. So
All right.
He is just in the door, so
let's see. You want to continue talking with him on now? We're going to bring him in.
Let's just go ahead and bring him right on in. And we'll
Hey,
get
this
Jack
is
to
live
jump
video
in.
here, people. We're just live in studio drop in with Jack Wardell from the Parks and Rec Center. So
People think we pre-planned this show.
no, there is literally no planning going on here. Hi, Jack. How you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Good.
Doing well. Thanks for coming in.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about the registration first of all. So far for the rec, you're just starting to take registration for the youth triathlon, right?
We are, and when I checked yesterday at the rec center, we had about 27, 28 signed up. Day of. So many times with these types of events, the day of, people want to see what the weather's like, and then they'll come out. And it's going to be 75 and sunny, so it'll be a great day for it.
You're guaranteeing that,
You
right?
bet. Then what's nice, last year we didn't have the event because of all the construction with the football field. And some new staff, they wanted to go back and start the event at the outdoor pool, which really was one of the reasons we started this event. So Jess and her lifeguards down there are going to start us off jumping into the pool. So hopefully it's a warm morning.
Tell you what, they got some really cool T-shirts this year. I love the design.
Yes.
Who did the design for that?
Our staff, they looked it over. Pam, I know, was really the one that did a lot of that, her and Jess. So, just neat design, something different this year. Try to get a whole new revamp of the program. Since we had the year off, we had some time to look into doing some other things with it.
So $15 is all it costs.
Yes. Yep.
And you're going to get the T-shirt, you're going to get the medal, you're going to get the goodie bag, you're going to get all that stuff. Plus, like I said, just a great way to kick off the summertime.
Yeah, and then I'll get them into the pool that day too. So.
All right, so lots of good things going on with that. Again, how about volunteers on your end of things? Are things running?
Yeah, I know Jeff's been really involved with that part of the program for us. We always need more volunteers, especially around the bike part. This year we're going out in the Grand Park. So, at the corners, it's nice to have the volunteers there to control traffic and make sure the kids are on a safe route.
And one thing we hadn't talked about, we've talked about the bike route, but will we put a map up somewhere online or something for people to be able to see the bike route ahead of time? I hadn't thought about that until
Yes. Yep. Grant has been working on that part for us, and I believe he has it done, and he can put that on Facebook and make sure, especially that day when people are signing in, we give them the map so the parents can kind of see the route. But it should be on our Facebook and on our website.
Tell you what, this whole thing serves as a great showcase for the facilities out down there, doesn't it?
It does.
The aquatic center, the new stadium, the Grand Park area, really a cool venue.
It is. That area down there is really coming together, and we have some plans that we hope to have down in the Grand Park area in the next 5 to 10 years that really will showcase that area and bring it back to the beautiful area it was.
Now, registration, they got to come into the rec center register. Can they do it online? How do they do that?
They should be able to do it online, but stop at the rec centers one way or day of. You're not guaranteed a shirt that day. We'll order a few extra shirts, but best thing would be is on our website. Go to our website or stop in to the office and sign up.
All right, do that.
And for the shirt part of it, there is kind of a cutoff day because we have to have those ordered, and I can't remember what that date is. Was it like the 15th or something like that, or
about a week before?
About a week ahead of time or something, yeah.
Yeah, we get great turnaround with those shirts. We get a wait a pretty long time before we send them in, and we'll order a few extra, but not a lot.